Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, as you guys can see in between this video and the last video, I went ahead and fixed up my bot a little bit. I moved my lights down here. You can kind of see that these ones on the bottom are spinning around, whereas the one right here in the center are actually just kind of shining directly out because it is nighttime. And then you have the GSO ones over here on the side that are the storm lanterns. They're just radiating light all around them, but not very much. It's not a whole lot of light. Now, if I sound a little different, it's because I went ahead and reset my my equalizer on my new mic back down to the default area. And I want to find out from you guys which one you prefer. Is it the last one or is it this one? And then I'm going to wait a few days. I'm going to release both of these maybe in the same day or one right after the other, rather than taking a day off in between. That way I can find out from you right away. And then I can come back on here and shoot 4 or 5 episodes like I normally do. But I don't want to shoot a whole bunch of episodes and have you guys be like, oh, it sucks. I want you back to the other way. I want to find out from you guys. So I'm going to be relying on you guys quite a bit. And hopefully you will at least comment on it and let me know for sure which one you want. Now, one of our missions is to go into the trading station and purchase a tractor pad. So that's what I'm looking in here for. It's right here. This is the tractor pad. It's 123, which is exactly how much we have. So imagine that. I went ahead and gave us just enough to go ahead and buy it. I clicked it and it dropped it right over here on this side. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Not really going to do us a lot of good because unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we have more, we have bigger blocks than we probably should at this point. And because of that, this tractor pad, which would normally pick up resources and let them hover above it, needs to be pretty low to the ground to do that, because it's not very powerful. Being way up here on the top, not going to be powerful enough to suck it up off the ground, 3-4 blocks away from it. Down here on the bottom, next to one of these other GSO blocks, more than fine doing it. But up here, not going to happen. So it's not going to do us a whole lot of good, so I'm just going to kind of stick it right there in the corner. Let's see, find Wheel Tech. GSO trading station. Find a GeoCorp trading station. We've already done that. I don't wonder why that one's still there. Let's see, what else does it want me to get? Because it just gave me 100. No, I'm out of cash. That's right. Okay. So we don't need that. We do need to find a scoop tech, the scoop claw, the girder blocks. Those are the GeoCorp. GeoCorp trading, rugged wheels. Okay, so we don't really need anything else here. We do have a fair bit of energy left. So we're going to come out here and we're going to attack this guy, because he's just kind of chilling over here. He has some wheels that you can kind of see either have been knocked off of another bot or randomly put into the game somehow. I'm not quite sure what happened there. There we go, and you are dead, punk. Nice. Oh, and there's a 1 scoop claw. Imagine that right here next to my base. Make it a little bit too easy, if you ask me. I mean, it used to be really, really difficult. Now it's a little bit too easy. So remember, anything that you do not need, if you find blocks and you're like, oh, I already have better, or I don't really want to expand at the moment, you can, and you probably should, go ahead and pick those things up, because at some point you will want to sell them. And you can sell them to the little thing right behind us. So it's not even that far of a travel for you to go ahead and do that. Now, what am I going to do here? I'm going to go ahead and attach these here. Can I put these there? Yes, I can. That looks pretty nice, actually. That works out really, really well. Now, I did have these wheels because I was going to show you guys how to sell something really quick. And those wheels, are kind of worthless because our bot is bigger, again, than on average you would find. So those were something I was going to pick up and just kind of sell. Let's see, we're going to put this here. We got a couple more wheels. Oh, we got a drill. These drills are really, really nice. I don't use them all that much, but they do sell for quite a bit of money, so we're going to sell that as well. And we'll probably go ahead and sell this diamond tip as well, because I'm not going to use it. I mean, I never do. I should probably make a bot at some point that does take advantage of it, but like I said, it never really get around to it. So used for flipping enemies upside down. I do like the idea of using the this little thing right here, this little scoop for flipping enemies upside down, but that means you have to get really close to an enemy. And why, oh why would I ever get that close to an enemy? Because you got to remember, you do have, if you know, have them on your bot, that is, you do have these repair bubbles. And it is still in the game where if the bot of an enemy is within that shield bubble, that little, either the shield or the repair, it will repair the enemy bot as well. So do you really want that? I don't think you do. Like, why would you want to ram a bot and then have him automatically get healed by your power? Like, he's using your battery power to heal himself. So yeah, not going to do that. So harvest and deliver. Buy a delivery cannon from the trading station. Okay, well, we didn't have enough money for that before, but we probably should have it now. Find a GeoCorp trading station, or yeah, GeoCorp? Ooh, do they have a different trading station? Yeah, this is a GSO trading station. There's a GeoCorp one. I don't think I've ever seen the GeoCorp one. Wow, that is interesting. That will be something I definitely will be looking forward to then, guys. It's nice to know they added something. Girder block. We haven't found any of those. And the wheels. Okay, so let's go ahead and sell this while we're at it. You can see it kind of gets stuck on there because it's so big. I guess maybe the GeoCorp one is bigger, because then you'd be able to sell those things without them getting stuck as much. Sorry, guys. And, you know, if they do get stuck, you put enough of them on there, they will kind of just fall off to the side. So that is something you have to be kind of aware of. So we need to buy a delivery cannon. That's going to be over where the base stuff is. Where's the base stuff? No, not yet. Not there. There we go. Is this it? Static delivery cannon grade 2. Does that work? It just says delivery cannon. It doesn't say static or otherwise. But yeah, I guess let's go ahead and take that one. It's pretty big. We can put this down wherever we want. Attach delivery cannon to solar generator. Okay, well, I don't really want to leave my solar generator behind. So what I will go ahead and do is buy another one if I can find it. Where's the solar generator? Come on, give me another one, guys. Here it is. And that's 250. Now, I just kind of tossed it out. That's actually perfect. So let's go ahead and attach that because it needs power. It needs power to run. Now, one thing we can go ahead and do is attach the batteries. They will go ahead and start charging up. As you can see right here, guys, the batteries do not need to be attached to the solar generator itself. Every one of these blocks is able to transfer energy between themselves. So as long as it's attached anywhere to any of these items that is attached to a power source of some sort, it will go ahead and charge up for you. And so you can have these batteries, you know, just kind of going off in a line. That way you don't have to kind of move pieces around and get them all next to the solar generator every time you want to do something with it, which is kind of a nice little feature. You know, it kind of sucks to have to go in there and move stuff around every single time. That's not something you really want to mess with. So let's put this stuff in here. Remember to protect those. They will explode on you. Attach delivery cannon to solar generator. I've done that. It's attached. I got it, dude. You can I don't know what more it wants me to do. There we go. It wants a very specific solar generator. Okay, I get it. You want to be difficult. So let's see. Find a silo. Silo feeder? Wait, find a silo? Can I buy one maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Find GeoCorp. Yes, we got that. Nothing else has been added. Okay. I'm taking back my solar generator. I'm not leaving that on there. Because this is not a safe spot. You may think it is. And you're like, oh, okay, it should be fine while I'm gone. No, not so much. It could still get destroyed on you. There are means that you can do to protect it. You can put down guard towers, and you can put weapons on there and stuff like that. And basically, a guard tower is nothing more than a bot that stays over there, you know, and it just doesn't have wheels. You can put it down on a platform. Oh, wow, look at that out there, guys. Those are the girders that I'm looking for. No, these are not the droids you're looking for. We're going to go get it. Wow, that is pretty massive. That's kind of cool looking. What in the world is that? Is that a structure or is that a bot? I think it's like a combination of the two. I think it is a structure and a bot. Actually, I think it's several bots. What in the... Holy crap. Is that the GeoCorp? The GeoCorp delivery station? I think it is. Well, I think it's a good thing that we started over, because this was not in the last one, guys. So we're going to go over here and try to wreck these guys without losing too much of our power. Now, you may be thinking, where can I get one of their cabs? Their cabs are pretty cool looking. You can see it right there on the top. And it has a lot more hit points than yours do. Wish you could get it very easily, but unfortunately, to to destroy the enemy, you have to destroy the cab. Like, that is the one caveat to getting that thing to explode. Like, you just can't get it any other way. It's not like you can do a certain amount of damage to the bot and then, the pieces will all fall off. Like, you can do a certain amount of damage to each one of the blocks, and the block itself will eventually pop off. But to destroy the bot itself, you have to destroy the cab. And that means you can't pick it up. Like, you can't just click on it and be like, okay, I got the cab. So unfortunately, that's going to leave you at a disadvantage when trying to get those. The only way to find those or get those is to find them, I hate these things. These things always try to attach themselves to something other than what you want, which is just the flooring. You would think, since it could be attached on all four sides, that when you do attach it to a block, if it has blocks on the side, it will go ahead and just attach itself to all of them, not just one of them. But it seems to do it to the one that you least likely, or at least want it to attach itself to, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Now, we're going to keep this thing kind of small. We're not going to go too big with it just yet, mainly for the fact that if you go big, you're going to run into issues with controlling. But we are going to kind of change the design up a little bit. We're going to use all the blocks for sure. But when I say we're not going to go too big, I just mean that we're not going to go overboard with what we're going to do here now. Let's see. We need to... Don't really need to. We're going to go ahead and attach those down there. They're going to be hidden, kind of worthless at the moment, but they're at least going to allow us to connect stuff to it, which is really all we want. Let's see. What is this? I think that's a repair. No, it's a shield. Shield 1. This is when you kind of need power so that you can judge where your bubbles are hitting and where you need them to be. This needs to be sold. I don't know why I keep hanging on to those. I keep saying that I'm going to show you guys how to sell those things, and I never remember to do it. So let's put this in here. It's a shield bubble. And the battery's gone already? Jeez, man, these batteries are being drained very, very quickly. A lot faster than I remember. But then on the last playthrough, we did find the big experimental batteries, which is just a fantastic find to find, just to actually get your hands on. They carry so much more power, and they're bigger. They're bigger, and they're bigger targets. They do have more hit points, so they don't blow up as easy, which is definitely kind of nice to get. But with that said, they have problems of their own. They have issues that you need to be aware of and kind of watch out for. Mainly the weight. The weight is just going to wreck you at times. So we're going to try to go with, I don't know, kind of like a diamond design here in the back, and just see how that works out for us. Basically, what I'm trying to do is use as many wheels as possible. The more wheels you have, the better off you're going to be. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these wheels. Go ahead and put them up there to sell. And you can see on the screen just how much they're worth when they go through the little assembly line right there. No, that's a little bit too far down. Okay, there we go. And you'll see that the wheels actually kind of plop down a little bit. And that means if you really want to, if you want to be higher up off the ground, you can push them down a little bit, and you'll get that extra little boost, which is actually a very, very good technique to use later on down the road when you get bigger and you start running into problems, basically getting over hills, which is, definitely something that you'll run into. Now, you'll see I threw this thing in here, and it's not selling. Well, the problem with that, or the reason behind that, is you actually see these little tractor pads, these little ledges right here. This is what you need to throw them onto. It's kind of ridiculous that they're so small, considering the pieces you're throwing on there are so big. And I don't know if I like that too much, but we're going to get rid of these as well, because we're not going to be using those. And even if you are, I believe for now, it's a 100% ratio, which means if the item cost for you to buy it in here, for $150 or 150 big bucks, it's going to sell them for 150 big bucks. So selling it and then buying it back later on, you're not going to lose anything in it. But down the road, that definitely will not be the case. They're going to make it kind of penalize you for it. You're gonna pay more for it, and the moment you pay for it, you're gonna lose money on it. And that's kind of the way the world works in real life. If you buy a car, the moment you drive it off the lot, it's like $10,000 less than when you bought it. Ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. But how do you fight that other than just to not buy a car? Because they all do it. It's a rig. It's basically a monopoly what they got going on there, but you can't do anything about it, unfortunately, at least not yet. I don't think anybody's ever found a way to bring attention to that, and in a way that actually changes stuff, because everybody already knows about it. You know, like you can't. This is not going to change just because you know, a couple more people find out. Let's see these lights. Yeah, you know what? We are going to put lights in the center here. It's going to be like a little disco or something. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. Now, you'll also see that these weapons, they're not facing the right way. You do have to spin them around. Its default is to point forward. So if you put these things down, it's going to point whatever, you know, the way your main bot, your main cab is facing. So make sure to move these around, especially if they're not the type that is able to move around itself. There are weapons that we will get later on that can aim on them on their own. These, again, are not those types of weapons. So make sure to aim those in the direction you really, really want to fire. Now, you'll also see up here in the front, what I went ahead and did is I put a row of smaller GSO blocks behind the row of weapons. Now, the reason behind that is you can see right there, all the weapons are firing. But if you had 2 rows of, say, just these weapons without blocks, they will be blocked by the ones in front. They can't fire over themselves unless, of course, they have that height. So make sure that you take that into consideration. You don't have to do exactly what I did. You don't have to go up row after row after row, but you do want to know the limitations of the items, the weapons that you're using, and just how they actually operate. And that's unfortunately, one of the things that that kind of sucks about these weapons is they don't really fire over one another. But then again, really, no weapon out there kind of does. There's a few of them, like the big cannons, that do it a little bit better. They do have the ability to fire over themselves, but even they need that little elevation to be able to do that. I guess I can do that. You know, having wheels here in the center may look kind of weird, but it also spreads out the weight. The more your bot weighs, the more wheels you need to kind of take advantage of, or not take advantage of, but to spread out just how much weight you got going on there, because it will basically bog you down. And if you ever look at your wheels and they're sparking, that means you have way, way too much weight on them, and that's why they're sparking like that. They just they can't handle it. So let's go ahead and pick up our batteries. We'll see. Okay, things are getting repaired. I need to find the repairable right here, I think. Yeah. So let's move this around. It's going to repair things up, and then I'm going to take this battery off and put it back down there. In fact, I'll just take all these batteries, put them back up here real quick. And you can see the energy spreads around very, very quickly between the other batteries. I can actually take one of the batteries off and have that one charging up over there while these other 2 are working. And then I can move it back, and it will spread out the battery power that it has and put it right back over there. That's pretty much all you can do, because as far as I know now, there is no way for you to attach some sort of connector piece to charge your batteries up while they are on your bot. Yeah, there is a wireless charger that you can get that will do exactly that, but there's nothing at this stage of the game that you're going to get your hands on that will allow you to do that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I guess I don't really need that one up there. In fact, I think I have 2 up here on the front, which is more than enough. So this one should come back here in the back somewhere. Where do I want to put this? Let's go into build mode real quick, guys. And we will look down here, see if there's a empty spot that would be protected down on the bottom. But, I don't really see anything there where I really, really want it. I guess what I'll have to do is I'll have to get rid of these little lights on the inside. And I guess I'll go with a different design, because if I get rid of those, I can put it right here. Even that I don't really like, because it's just getting the center. But I guess that's fine, because I do think I'm going to go out a little bit further, and that should work out. Now let's go ahead and attach these really, really quick, get that charged up. And while we're doing that, I'm going to grab this weapon, put that over here on the back. Wow, it's very symmetrical already with weapons and everything. And then we're going to check this out. Oh, and you can see the light of the little things caught on, which means my solar generator is out of power. It's not going to work anymore. It's done for the day. Now, I could have left these batteries on there while I was looking at stuff, because it's going to drain the power, and the more of these shield bubbles and repair bubbles you have, the faster that's going to get drained. So a girder block, still don't have any of those. I thought this whole structure was it, but it's not. A silo feeder, don't have that either. Okay, well, I guess we're going to leave that alone for now. Let's see, where else on the map can we go? I like how it's kind of leading us through, though. You know, it's a little bit easy, but not too much in a bad way. And now that I'm looking at this, I can kind of see what some people might be calling it. You know, it's like it does kind of look like a phallus in some ways. It's not what I was going for, but it kind of looks like that. So I think I'm going to change the front of this bot the first chance I get, guys. I do apologize. It's kind of weird. See if you can break it. Oh, there's a base up here. Okay, well, we don't want to destroy too much. Now let me pick it up. Well, I picked it up, so I should have access to it. If you ever see a block that you really, really want and it's about to be destroyed, go ahead and snag it with your weapon, or not with your weapon, but with your cursor. And when you snag it like that, again, you'll have access to buying it. So you just have to kill some stuff and loot the resources you want. Now, what I went ahead and tried to pick up was the tractor pad, but it's a bigger tractor pad than the one I've already had, the previous one, which is only 1 big. This one's 4 big. Not the biggest one out there. Again, it's about to be destroyed. It wouldn't let me pick it up. Now, I got it, but yeah, that got destroyed pretty quick. Let's see, can we get this? I'm trying not to destroy the base. There we go. Okay, you are dead, baby. Okay, can I pick up the base? Yes, I can. Okay, so we're going to take the base. And I'm going to move this somewhere different. Where do I want to put this? I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll put it over here on this side. We're going to put this over here in the center. That way it's nice and protected. Put this up here for now until I know what I'm going to do with that. I have to move it around, but I don't know exactly what's covered and what's not because I have no power right now because it's still nighttime. Although nighttime, to be honest, guys, is not as dark as I remember it. So either it's the new computer is just better graphics, or you know the gamma's up too high or something, because it should not be that bright. Now we do have a power station right here. I can go ahead and grab this fuel, which is just the wood blocks from the actual trees, and you'll see that it's actually cutting that down and creating energy. Pretty cool that it's doing it that way. It didn't used to create the energy until after it had dismantled the blocks itself. So if I go ahead and throw on, I believe 3 is as many as it can cover, and actually 4 maybe? I don't think it can use this fuel. I mean, it could pick it up, it just can't use it, I don't think. Okay, so shields. Go ahead and put the shield down here. Yeah, it just can't keep up with the amount of power that I have, which is a lot. I think there's a shield or repair bubble right there going away. So let's see, can I move this one? Yeah, we're going to move this one over here. Let's see, how does that look? That looks okay. Shield bubble should be a little further up, to be honest. There should be a shield bubble right here on the front. Shield bubble not powered. Wow, look how much damage that has taken. It's actually being repaired. You can see when it's flashing, that's what's going on right there. And I do need to throw a few more pieces of wood on there because, again, this is really my only source. Now, can you go ahead and chop down or destroy an entire forest if you have enough of these receivers and charge up your bot that way? That is, definitely an option you can do, and it's actually a pretty good option. But you do need a few more pieces for that to work. You need, first of all, the GeoCorp tractor pad. It's really, really big. It has a strong suction, and it's going to allow you to pick these blocks up at a huge distance, which is really nice. And then, of course, you're going to need some of the, what do they call them? The conveyor belts. Conveyor belts will move resources from one block to another down a certain path that you set, and will deliver it to these things. So that way you can pick up more pieces than the 1 or 2 that I'm picking up right now. And the big purpose behind that is, as you can see, you need a lot of fuel for this to work, and you don't want it cutting on and cutting off. And if it has this fuel, it can go ahead and charge up the batteries, but it's not even doing that right now. It's just trying to repair. And you can see the sun is coming out, but you can see the lights are still on my bot, so that means it's not out enough. So we're going to leave that how it is. Let's see, any more weapons? No more weapons that I really want. No, that's pretty much it. You see, I picked that up. I don't want that. I don't want that right now, guys. Sorry. Okay, let's come back over here. Let's see. There is another orange thing. Is that the base? I think it is. And then the base that I have on my other side should be over there. So the question mark is where I need to go. But before I do that, we're going to go ahead and plant this sucker down. And this thing actually charges up rather quickly compared to what it used to do. 4 batteries should take you, 2-3 minutes for it to happen. But you can see right there, they're already on 1. Here we go. Let's see, how long does it take for it to get to the next one? Remember, it's charging up all 4, not just one of them. If you have 12 on here, it has to charge up 12 batteries, not just one. So if you only put one on, it's going to charge those up rather quickly. Now, if you look down here on the bottom, you will see that it's actually dragging stuff. Some of this stuff gets stuck underneath your bot because you just don't have space for it to pass by. Other stuff, like this receiver, this tractor pad, is pulling stuff into it. And so that's why it's getting stuck down there. So you can pull it out. You got to watch out for it, to be honest, guys, because when this stuff gets stuck underneath your base or your bot, it's going to cause some serious issues at times, mainly for the fact that when it happens, you're not going to have the ability to move around very well. And the reason behind that is kind of simple, guys. Basically, what happens there is the tractor pads pull objects towards them, and they are pulling towards your bot in the ever, struggle to get onto that tractor pad. At the same time, they have now just recently added or not recently, but in the past few months, they added a thing in there where now every so often the pieces kind of pulsate. They push out and then push back in. That way, if things do get stuck, they're kind of repelled away from your bot and don't stay under there. But because why won't it go up? There we go. That's kind of weird. Oh, okay. So you can see right over here underneath one of my wheels, this is what I'm talking about right here. And because it's stuck under there and it's constantly moving, it's pulling against my bot. And when that happens, my bot won't stay still. It's actually going to be being pushed back. I guess you could say it's being pulled back because, and technically that's kind of what's happening, is you're fighting against the pull of your tractor pads. And the stronger the tractor pad, the more of those blocks, the more of these objects that will be sucked up into them. And you can see there's even more down here. You can kind of see it there for a second. There it is right there. Why are they getting trapped under here? There shouldn't be anything. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, put these back. You know what it is? It's probably they're trying to get under this tractor pad right here. Not tractor pad, but this receiver. Or this receiver up here on the top, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't want them to do either one of those. But guys, I think we're going to go ahead and park our bot over here next to this little base right here. We're going to end the episode here. I do want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it, guys. Also, let me know what you guys think on the audio. I really, really need your feedback on that one, guys. I need to know whether you want the sound that I'm using now or if you want the settings that I was using on the last one. Unfortunately, I can't use the headset that I was using on the last computer. It just does not work with this new one. It's complicated, and it's just one of those things where I wish I could. I really, really wish I could because it's so much simpler. But this is a really good mic. It's an RE20 for those of you who are wondering what kind of mic I'm using. It's a freaking expensive mic, unfortunately, and I had to pay for that. But I think once we get it figured out and we get it set up, it's going to be a good mic for all of us, and you guys are going to enjoy it. But I do want to hear back from you guys. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time.